Qualifying is over. It is time to go racing as they take to the grid. Looks like the starting lineup will be Jeremy Root and AJ Godsey on the front row, Harley Barletta, Jody Ogden on the second row, Jeff Hinkle, Eric Stoy of the third row, Scotty Too Hottie and Jason Rome have the fourth row, Jared Heasley and Kevin Reed rounding out the top 10. Then it's Matthew Barron 11th, Bill Percy 12th, Mark Dantuma 13th, Jeffrey Parker is 14th, Brandon Springer 15th, and Richie West 16th. Brian Oshinska 17th, John Schmidt 18th, Vernon Spring 19th, and Nicole Kriesel is in 20th. Then Garmin, DJ Kenner, Greg McDaniel, Gerald Poole, Cheryl Newman, Tyler Robertson, and Alex Mazzella rounding out the field. And it looks like a few of those drivers actually are no longer in the field. We'll have to wait and see. Jeremy Root has been on a tear here lately, but the finishes have not been there. So we'll have to wait and see if he can pull off a finish equal to the run he has. Tire strategy will be huge here tonight. This track extremely abrasive, multiple lines through the turns, especially through turn 1. And expect to see some of these guys getting loose off of turn 4, especially that first few laps on cold tires, as they roll off and stack up front. Now, the two top cars in the points right now are Harley Barletta starting in 3rd and Scott Snodgrass starting in 7th. And again, apologies for the old school setup tonight. Things will be a little bit different, especially under caution, but we will do our best and muddle through. It's a little bit weird for me too. All right, Jeremy Root warming the tires just a little bit. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away 120 laps from Nashville Superspeedway. This promises to be an exciting battle here tonight. The front three get single file very quickly. Mid-pack, where the second place car in points, Scott Snodgrass, is right behind Jason Rome. Jeff Hinkle in the 23, usually the guy that you expect to see taking it easy and saving tires. He was sending it last night. And we'll see if he does again here tonight. And he's got Eric Stoy up on the high side, starting to get a little bit settled in some of these battles. Nobody has snapped completely loose yet off the turns. 64 Kevin Reed as DJ Kenner starts to make his way through the field. There is the 80 car of DJ Kenner. Expect to see him come up. Him and Jeremy Root work together quite often, so expect to see a lot out of them. And Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel right in front of him. And of course the return of Garmy, who said he's just going to take it a little bit easier. Harley Barletta, 3rd on the track, 1st in points, right behind AJ Godsey. AJ looking to make up some points here tonight. And Harley Barletta down to the bottom looking for 2nd place. He's going to clear him. AJ does not put up a big fight on this one. Matt Bear really got caught in a lot of stuff last night, looking for some redemption here tonight. Currently running in 10th after starting in 11th. We'll see if he can make his way even further up. Really a little sketchy right in front of him as Jason Rome and the 32 of Jared Heasley tangled just a little bit. Looked like a little bit of sliding off turn 2. Both drivers having to weave around a little bit, almost get together. And here comes Matt Bear on the bottom. He's going to try and take 9th place from Scott Snodgrass. Back up front, Jeremy Root still in the lead. Harley Barletta half a second back. AJ Godsey currently running in 3rd. Jody Ogden a little ways back in 4th place, and Eric Stoy is on the move. Eric up to 5th and closing in on Jody as he leaves the 23 of Jeff Hinkle in 6th place behind. Looks like Jared Heasley was able to clear Jason Rome. He is now up to 7th. Jason in 8th. Scotty Tuhati in 9th. And this is turning into quite a battle back here. Matt Bear couldn't get around him. Now Scott looking for the position on Jason. And Mark Dantuma in the mix as well. A 4-car battle trying to get up there. That's for 9th, 10th, 11th. 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th right now. Jason Rome currently clearing the field. And now Scott looking for some momentum, but Matt Bear sends it down in there off of turn 2. He's got to run down the back straightaway. Down on the bottom, Mark Dantuma sitting back there watching, waiting for an opportunity. He's going to come flying by. Probably a little bit of tire saving going on from Mark as well. Jeffrey Parker in the 59 car started in 12th. He's drifted back a couple spots. Extremely fast in the truck but last night. But the Cup cars here, low downforce package, making things a bit interesting to say the least. As you saw him push up and get loose off through 1 and 2. Greg McDaniel currently running in 13th. Expect him to be a championship contender. We've talked about it week in and week out. He is one that was a championship contender all through the Truck Series last season and has shown he makes his way through the field very patient early on, saving his stuff and comes through the field. If it stays green, he's going to be the one to watch. And of course, can't forget to mention Brandon, apparently now nicknamed Bubba Springer, in the 61 car. He has the extra grip from the peanut butter dripping on the tires. Some might say unfair advantage, but if he's getting PB&J in the car, I mean, really, that's genius. Back up front, Jeremy Root has started to open up a bit of a lead. It was down to about half a second, but now Harley Barletta is losing a little bit of ground, and AJ Godsey is all over the back bumper. AJ let Harley by early on in the run, made it pretty easy on him to be realistic, did not fight, saving his stuff, and AJ looks like he might be going on the attack for 2nd place. AJ down to the apron trying to get as much speed and keep the front straightaway as short as possible. Tire saving is going to be an issue for some of these drivers. Nicole Kriesel way behind. I'm actually showing her currently a lap down. Not sure what happened to Nicole, but Definitely a rough night for Nicole, as she was looking for this season to be a great season. Expect to see her up front at Talladega. "15 laps into the run, every driver has started to feel the tires go away just a little bit. Speeds are starting to drop. Let's take a lap in the car with Jared Heasley as he follows Jody Ogden off into 1 and 2. And yeah, a little blink out of Jared. Jody's car, obviously a bit humorous joke on the breast cancer awareness thing there. And down through 3 and 4 as Jared slips by. We'll hop back in Jody's car because he's not blinking. Down the front straightaway, 7 degrees of banking on the front straightaway. Taking a high line through 1 and 2. Easy back onto the throttle, down the back straightaway in the draft. Off into 3 and 4, still running that high line. Expect Jody to be one of those drivers that comes back late in the run. He doesn't push it very hard early on, but he will be one that fights back. Really surprised Jeff Hinkle pushing this early in the run. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. About halfway into the run, as expect these runs to go about 40 laps before everybody needs fuel and tires. Actually, I'd be willing to bet every driver out there wants tires right about now, but Hinkle actually starting to make his way forward now. He is back up to 6th place. As mentioned earlier, he does lose, always drifts back a couple of spots, takes it easy at the start of the race, and then starts charging forward later in the run. And Mark Dantuma came out ahead on that battle as he is now up to 9th. Greg McDaniel in 10th. Matt Bear, Scott Snodgrass drifting back to 12th and 13th as they seem to have worn their stuff out. But Mark, being the smart driver that he is, other than the fact that he drives a Ford, that is, the smart driver that he is, he saved his tires sitting behind those 2 drivers for a long period of time. Expect to see him continue to make his way forward. We've seen him do this every week so far this season. Early on, he might lose a couple spots, but like Jeff Hinkle, late in the run, he's going to come charging forward, and it looks like Greg McDaniel is going to give him a hand. Jeremy Root, though, still up out front. AJ Godsey has made his way into 2nd, but now it's a 1.5 second gap to Jeremy Root as he comes around to put Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel, another lap down. I stand corrected. That is the first time Nicole moving over to let them by. Gerald Thanos Poole in the 3 car, currently in 14th place. Started in 24th last night. He really made his way up through the field. Had he not got caught in a got a speeding penalty on pit road, would have been in contention for the win. He's already up 10 spots, so expect to see him continue to move his way forward. Biggest mover so far, though, right now is Greg McDaniel in the 30 car. Greg started in 23rd. He is now up to 10th. Chasing Jason Rome down, as well as Mark Dantuma. There's Mark Dantuma, currently running in 8th place after starting in 13th. He is continuing to march his way forward. But Jeremy Root is still way out front. His lead now 2.5 seconds as somehow or another he always is faster than everybody else and can hold the tires longer than everybody else. Having another great run here. He just needs luck to fall on his side here tonight. AJ Godsey in second had started to pull away from Barletta, but now Harley Barletta right back to the back bumper. Jeff Hinkle back in fourth. About 5 seconds behind the leader, 3 seconds behind Harley Barletta. Last time by, Hinkle was the fastest car on track, and that is what Hinkle specializes in. That guy could save tires. He could run a single race. He could run an entire race on a single set, I'm pretty sure. He's just that good at saving his stuff and being fast late in the run. Jody Ogden currently running in 5th place. Eric Stoy in 6th. Jared Heasley holding on to 7th place right now, but Mark Dantuma is actually starting to close up on him. Greg McDaniel has slipped back a couple of spots, now back to 11th. Jason Rome is one driver having one heck of a season. Jason currently tied for 3rd place after last week's race. Prior to that, he held 3rd as pretty much all season, and continues to be one of the most consistent drivers out there, continuing to work his way forward. Great season out of Jason Rome. Mark Dantuma also having a great season, as now he is looking underneath Jared Heasley. Mark not in the playoff, just outside the playoff bubble right now. Expect to see him up there before too terribly much longer, though, as he continues to march his way forward both on track and in the points. And here comes Jason Rome making the pass on Jared Heasley. Jared Heasley was moving forward. Looked like he had a lot of speed in the middle of the run, but now Jared drifting back a little bit. Brandon Springer not far behind. Greg McDaniel has lost a little bit of ground. Brian Oshinska is the first car to come to pit road under green flag conditions. And looks like that car has taken a little bit of damage. And I do believe Garmy is now on pit road. Nope. Garmin, I've seen Garmin run a race here, finishing second in a neck-and-neck battle at the line. But tonight, he said he just can't find the feel. Of course, he's been out of the sim rig for a couple of weeks now, and just trying to get back into it. Cheryl Newman having a great run tonight as well. Cheryl now up to 19th after starting in 25th. Just continuing to be patient and make her way forward as well. Brian Oshinska is back off of pit road. Last time by, Jody Ogden was the fastest car on track. They're in the 2 car. Jody now up into 5th place. Jeff Hinkle, though, is really making his way forward. He's in 4th and right behind AJ Godsey. Harley Barletta apparently has gotten back past AJ, and now here comes the battle for third as Hinkle goes by. And Jody Ogden not far behind. That's a couple of cars that have really saved their stuff and are on the move forward. Last time by Hinkle was the fastest. We'll watch the lap times as they come across this time. That time by Jeremy Root was the fastest, but Hinkle was not far off. Jeremy Root still in the lead, 3-second lead over Harley Barletta, almost 3.5. And almost a third of the way through this without a caution. They could pull a two-stop race here. I don't think anybody would try in one stop here. I don't think they had the fuel load to do a single stop here. AJ Godsey has come to pit road. AJ Godsey is the first car to come to pit road. We saw him do this a couple weeks ago, and the strategy definitely paid off. He just needed a little more time to get back to the lead. Could this be the winning strategy here, especially with this thing staying green? AJ, one of the fastest drivers out there, will be interesting to watch. There's Matt Baer. We saw him battling up in the top 10 a little bit ago. He has now drifted back into 12th. And here comes DJ Kenner in 13th. DJ started in 22nd. He has not been to pit road yet either, but he is coming quickly. Down underneath Bear, off of turn 4. He's got one heck of a run here. DJ, another one. They don't call him the Iceman for nothing. I have seen DJ get caught in a wreck, go to pit road, get it repaired, and go a lap down and still come back and win races. Jeremy Root, the leader, is on pit road. Expect to see a lot more on pit road here in a moment. Greg McDaniel now coming to pit road. Gerald Thanos Poole coming to pit road. Harley Barletta assumes the lead. Jeff Hinkle now to second place. Expect Harley in the next 2 laps. He's running a strategy to be able to two-stop this and even tire wear. And here comes Hinkle. And Jody Ogden's right there with Jeff Hinkle as they come down the back straightaway. Hinkle looking to the bottom, trying to carry some momentum and get around. Jeff Hinkle's coming to pit road. That's a bit of a surprise. I would have expected Hinkle to stay out just a little bit longer than everybody else. Harley Barletta coming around. That is Nicole Kriesel up on the high side. Jody Ogden coming by as well. Eric Stoy also on pit road. Garmy is on pit road. Kevin Reed, Matt Baer, Jared Heasley, all on pit road. And here come the top 2. Mark Dantuma's coming to pit road now. Jason Rome is staying out, as did Brandon Springer. Jason Rome scored as the leader now. Brandon Springer to second. Scott Snodgrass has not been to pit road yet either. We've seen him play some tire and fuel strategy a lot here lately, and he is doing it again, up to 8th now. And remember, as Jason Rome comes to pit road, and Brandon Springer is going to assume the lead. Remember, these guys that stay out, if they get really lucky and a caution comes out before they hit pit road, they have just hit the jackpot, especially with some of these drivers now being 2 laps down. In fact, only the top 6 cars who have stayed out are on the lead lap. Jason Rome on pit road into second place. Jeffrey Parker currently running in third. Cheryl Newman now in fourth. Scott Snodgrass to fifth. Richie West to sixth. Richie West is on pit road. Brandon Springer has really got his fingers crossed. There he goes. He is on pit road as Harley Barletta flies by up on the high side. And Jeffrey Parker now assumes the lead. As it looks like he is coming to pit road. He tried to enter from the back straightaway, it looks like, and drifted off in the grass. Cheryl Newman now coming to pit road. That will cycle the lead back around to Jeremy Root in the next lap. AJ Godsey currently being scored in second. Harley Barletta in third. Brian Oshinska up on the high side. Root came off turn 4 very, very high. Looked like he might have been trying to catch the car. Everybody back on cold tires. A couple of laps, they're going to be a little bit on the loose side. Jeremy Root has the lead. AJ Godsey now in second, 1.8 seconds back and closing. Harley Barletta currently in third. Jeff Hinkle running in fourth. Jody Ogden in fifth. Eric Stoy is sixth. Mark Dantuma seventh. Eighth is Greg McDaniel. Ninth is Jason Rome. Jared Heasley in 10th. Matt Bear hiding out just outside the top 10. Scott Snodgrass right in front of him, currently being scored in 19th. It looks like his strategy not really working right now. And there are the leaders coming down the back straightaway. Currently, 14 cars currently on the lead lap. Brandon Springer at the tail end of the lead lap at the moment. And there he is right in front of the leaders. Kevin Reed right in front of him in 13th. Gerald Poole in 12th. Matt Bear 11th. Jared Heasley has managed to reclaim a top 10 spot. Jason Rome still holding on to 9th place. We'll see how far up he can get. He does have the fresher tires. Remember, the top 2, AJ stopped before anybody else. Jeremy Root stopped 3 laps later. Jason Rome is one of the drivers that stayed out a couple extra laps, so he only stopped 7 laps ago. Things could get very interesting on the long runs here. And the longer these guys are spread out, the less likely they are to have a caution to pull everybody back together. Richie West currently running in 16th. David Garman finally going a lap down, but he's going to try and stay right in Jeremy Root's tire tracks in 15th. If he can do that, Root will pull him around and allow him to pick up some more positions. And as long as he stays in his tire tracks, he will be in the lucky dog position. Jeff Hinkle in the 23 car, up in 4th place, and remember, he comes on late in the run, he can really make a charge with those older tires. With him being in fourth place, how many positions can he pick up now? Currently 11 seconds behind the leader, but anything could happen with just under 70 laps to go. AJ Godsey currently running in second place. He is 4 seconds behind the leader. Harley Barletta in third, another 3 seconds back. Jeff Hinkle is fourth. And he has fifth place Jody Ogden right on his back bumper. And Mark Dantuma is really starting to pick up some positions. He is now up to sixth place. Eric Stoy is back on pit road. Can't get a look at Eric's car right now, but don't forget to check out Scotty Too Hotty Designs on Facebook. If you need a paint scheme for iRacing, you definitely want to go and take a look. He's some great stuff out there. Jared Heasley now up to 9th. Matt Barrett up to 10th. Brandon Springer has drifted back to 11th. Greg McDaniel, another driver, starting to make his way forward. He is currently in the 7th place. He started in 23rd. Biggest mover, actually, so far of the race. Up 16 spots. Just a couple of seconds behind 6th place Mark Dantuma. And as the leaders get to him, you can see some of these guys really trying to hold on to the lead lap. And that is the battle for the lucky dog going on right behind Jeremy Root. Garmin comes by Kevin Reed. David Garmin keeping himself in the lucky dog position, at least for the moment. The 0-1 of Jeremy Root, though, just way out front. And it looks like Garmin might be picking up speeder. He is just faster on the long run now than Jeremy Root. Looked like he was starting to get a run down the front straightaway. And look who is just ahead of the leader. That is Thanos about to be lapped. Gerald Poole in the 3 car in 12th place. So Jeremy Root is really laying down the lap times as we approach halfway. And Jeremy Root looking to the inside on Gerald Poole. Gerald's going to try and drift back in. And it looks like everybody is trying to hang with Jeremy Root right now, put themselves in the best position. Jody Ogden currently running in 5th. Jeff Hinkle in 4th, right in front of him. Jeff was 11 seconds back just 10 laps ago. He's now down to around 10 seconds behind the leader. Him and Jody working together to make their way forward. And I think Harley Barletta is actually starting to make up a little bit of ground. Richie West right there to help with the draft. Harley Barletta currently in 3rd place. 5 seconds behind the leader and not very far behind AJ Godsey. As there is AJ directly ahead. Harley getting a lot of help there from Richie down through the corners. Little drafting help on the front straightaway now, and they are really closing up on AJ's back bumper. Richie West now up to 15th place and definitely utilizing the draft off of Harley as well. It is a great piece of teamwork here as he tries to fight his way back up. Jody Ogden now up to 4th. Jeff Hinkle in 5th, right behind him. A bit surprised to see anybody pass Jeff on a long run. It's been 23 laps since they went to pit road, so a bit of a surprise, as this is usually when Jeff starts to be one of the fastest cars on track on the long run. But last time by, the fastest car is the 22 car. That is Scott Snodgrass in 17th. And he's got DJ Kenner right behind him. DJ currently in 21st. Jeremy Root continuing to lead. Garmy, smart driving out of Garmin. He is staying right on the back bumper of the leader. Keeping himself in the lucky dog position, and since pit stops, he's also picked up 3 positions. After pit stops, he was back in 15th. He's now up to 12th and in the lucky dog position should the caution come out. With 56 laps to go, though, it's getting more and more unlikely that we will see a yellow flag here. Brian Oshinska has been to pit road and is coming back off. And it looks like Eric Stoy might be done for the night. Bill Percy also off track, as is John Schmidt. Not sure what happened to those 3, but now, and Vernon Spring is back on pit road. He is rolling under power, so in good shape, but that leaves just 11 cars on the lead lap. 11th place is Matt Bear, and he is just half a straightaway ahead of the leader. Jared Heasley currently in 10th place. A little wiggle out of Matt there. As he came off turn 4, could the tires really be starting to go away? Did he push too hard? And remember, with Garmin in the tire tracks, when the leader comes by, Garmin can follow him through the hole and pick up some more positions here. They're just a few seconds behind. 11 cars left on the lead lap at the moment with 52 laps to go. Jeremy Root has asserted his dominance in more than one race this season, but got caught up more than once in a late race incident that took him out of contention. Could he overcome the bad luck tonight? We saw some overcoming of bad luck this morning with the NSS GT3 series. Adam Barker managed to overcome a full season of bad luck and finish 3rd this morning. Could tonight be Jeremy Root's night to overcome all the bad luck that has plagued him this season? Jeremy currently 7th in points, which really does not tell the tale of just how good he has ran this season. AJ Godsey has come to pit road for his second stop with 50 to go. It seems a little bit early. I don't know if he can make it from here on fuel. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. Garmin is starting to lose the draft just a little bit on the leader. However, 13th place Gerald Poole is quite a ways back. Matt Bear, looking in his mirror, definitely sees the leader is coming. He's got to go for everything he's worth. Cheryl Newman also trying to make something happen here. Oh! Matt Bear gets the wall off of turn 4. No damage, no significant damage, but lost a ton of momentum. And now the leader is coming up, and as Matt Bear would say, bubble, bubble. No, wait a minute, I think I said that wrong. Hang on. Oops, bubble. My bad, Matt. Since I know Matt's watching, caution! And it's the 6 of Nicole. That's what she said, Creasel. Let's back it up and see what happened here. We've seen a bunch of cars really pushing off of the turns. She gets a big push, and then she gets a big push from, I cannot tell who that was. Nicole has had nothing but bad luck here at Nashville. Jeffrey Parker just had nowhere to go. You could see he tried to get on the brakes, just couldn't save the car. And heavy damage to the 6. AJ Godsey had just come to pit road. We'll have to see if that pays off or if he just shot his foot off here. Jeremy Root, Harley Barletta, Jody Ogden, everybody, all 10 cars on the lead lap are going to be on pit road. I do believe Matt Bear maintained the lead lap. Or, no, it looks like Matt Bear might be the lucky dog here. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Garmy, who had been fighting his way to stay in lucky dog position, I think he just got caught at the wrong time. All the lead lap cars have been to pit road. Jeremy Root comes off with the lead. Harley Barletta in second. Jody Ogden third. Jeff Hinkle is fourth. Mark Dantuma is fifth. Matt Bear sixth. Brandon Springer seventh. Jason Rome is eighth. Jared Easley is ninth. And Greg McDaniel is 10th. And let's see if we can get word with the driver of the 23. Hey, Jeff, this is Doug. You got me?
Hi, Doug. Yep, sure do. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. You're looking a lot better tonight than that 24 car getting into you last night.
Yeah, it's going good. I have higher hopes. I don't see a 24 car near me, so I have high hopes. Safer. Exactly.
Well, man, it looks like after about lap 22, 23, your car just starts to come alive as everybody else's falls off. And we've talked about how good you are at saving tires. Is this track kind of in your wheelhouse and what suits you the best?
It is. It seems like I'm. It is definitely in my wheelhouse. But these guys in front of me are pretty fast, so they're even without saving, they're doing pretty well. So we'll see how it goes from here.
All right, man. Well, you're having a great run. Good luck, and there's no 24 truck to worry about.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
All right, Jeff Hinkle currently in fourth. He started fifth. He's drifted as far back as 10th. Greg McDaniel, though, in the 30 car. That is a guy who's picked up a ton of spots. Let's see if we can get a word with Greg. Hey, Greg, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, go ahead, Doug.
Hey, man, I have to say, you're up 17 spots already in this race. Do you think you can just get the rest of them here?
I just want to finish. I think this caution's going to breed a lot of other cautions. So it's I think it's going to be an exciting viewing for your audience here.
Well, it did get a little dicey last night after that first caution, but you never know. Hopefully you can keep that car clean and get it to the front, buddy.
I hope so too. Thanks for chatting with me, Doug.
All right, good luck, man. All right, and Greg McDaniel, as he mentioned, last night in the truck series, it did get sketchy, and it got sketchy quick after that first caution. However, coming down here to the green, we'll have just right at about just over 40 laps to go, and things could get really, really dicey, but I think we'll see everybody could go the distance from here. So some of these guys, I think, will be a little bit more cautious on this restart because they know they have to make it to the end. Pace car is in. And Jeremy Root's down and away. Green flag is in the air. He hit it once he hit the restart zone. Harley Barletta, everybody got caught napping on that one. Mark Dantuma, though, he's going to benefit. He's now battling up for third. Harley Barletta on the high side for fourth. Brandon Springer falling in line, currently running in fifth. Greg McDaniel losing one position on the restart. We'll see if he can fight his way back up. Hinkle out on the high side. Hinkle versus Greg McDaniel ought to be an interesting battle to watch if it comes down to the end of the race with these two drivers. .42 laps to go. Everybody can go the distance from here. Some of these drivers will still have one set of tires left in reserve. Some will not. AJ Godsey also, let's talk about him. We saw him hit pit road a few laps before the caution. About 4 or 5 laps before the caution. He was on fresh tires, gets back to the lead lap, currently in 12th place, but he has got a long way to go. David Garman did manage to hold on and get to stay on the lead lap here. He is currently in 11th. Matt Baer is in 10th. Jared Heasley now up to 9th. Jason Rome having another great run, currently running. Greg McDaniel, as we mentioned, having an amazing run. He is up to 8th place. It's getting really sketchy back here. Jeffrey Parker and Scott Snodgrass bouncing off each other through 1 and 2. A lot of side-by-side racing. Did Greg McDaniel call it right? Does he have is there about to be another caution? I can tell you from experience, Scott is not a driver you want to lean on too terribly hard because he will not forget. Jared Heasley currently running in 8th. Jason Rome in 7th. Look at this battle, though. Jeffrey Parker, Scott Snodgrass. I did it again. Sorry, Scott. DJ Kenner in there. These guys, a lot of these guys are a lap down. Holy cow, Scott I think he bounced off the wall a little bit. You got Richie West in the mix as well. He's currently running in 13th. And this is the battle really for 13th through 17th place. You got Richie West in 13th, Jeffrey Parker 14th, Scotty Too Hotty in 15th, 16th is Kevin Reed, Gerald Thanos Poole in 17th. And they are not pulling any punches here. They know they're trying to get into position, so if that caution comes out again, they get a chance to get on the lead lap. Greg McDaniel and AJ Godsey both seem to have just backed off from the chaos for the moment. The 06 of David Garvin, though, he's right in the mix, currently running in 10th. And Matt Baer there in the pink car in front of him, that is that next position. We know he has got some speed. Let's hop in the car. And you see he has got some real speed on Matt Baer. He was actually running with the leader for an entire tire run, even though he was a lap down. If I were Jeremy Root, I'd be a little bit worried right about now. Because if Garmin finds a way through this traffic, you know he's going to find a way to the front. But this battle with the lap cars in the mix, Garmin's got to be very, very, very careful. And, oh! Jason Rome gets sideways. He manages to save it. No caution. Great save by Jason Rome. I could not tell. Did he get the grass? Let's back the tape up just a little bit. And it looks like it was 3 cars just checking up, and then the chaos hit. Looked like both Kevin Reed and Jason were a little bit loose. They checked up to avoid each other. Matt Baer was pinched and had nowhere to go. Back up front, Jeremy Root has a 2-second lead over second place Harley Barletta. Mark Dantuma up to third. Look at the run Mark is having tonight. He was extremely strong in the trucks here last night, but the truck set up a lot more downforce than these Cup cars have. Obviously, the Cup cars running the low downforce setup here, and the trucks were a lot easier to drive at this track, but Mark doesn't seem to be phased at all. Plus, he's one of only 3 Fords in the field, and it's worth noting that one of those Fords is off track. Don't forget, immediately after this race, we will have Fast and Fun's ARCA Series, tonight coming to you from Chicagoland. Harley Barletta in second. He's got his hands full. Don't forget, Brandon Springer is in this battle too. That is second through fourth place. And Jody Ogden not far behind either. He's got fifth. Hinkle is starting to make his way back forward just a little bit in the 23 car. He's lost a little bit of ground to that lead pack, but wait until it's about 20 to go. He'll start charging towards them. Definitely a Hinkle kind of track. AJ Gotzi in the 5, now up to 9th place. Greg McDaniel has drifted to 10th right now, just trying to hang on. Garmin had one heck of a run early in this run. He got up to about 10th place, but he has not been able to make much more progress. Garmy down under Kevin Reed. That is not for position. Meanwhile, Jeremy Root continuing to stomp away from the field. His lead now 2.3 seconds now. Brandon Springer really closing up to the back bumper of Mark Dantuma. Harley Barletta pulling away just a little bit with 28 laps to go. Caution! Caution is out. Oh, and it looks like Scott Snodgrass involved. Let's try and back it up a little and see what happened. And you knew that this was bound to happen. It's Jeffrey Parker, Scott Snodgrass. They've been battling side by side for a while. Both of them trying to give each other a run. DJ Kenner, oh, that is a heartbreak for the Iceman. DJ Kenner gets caught in that. Scott also, the heavy hit on the inside. Scott has to limp it back. Let's take a look at Jeffrey Parker. He is still on track. Definitely not the way Scott wanted this to end. He had a good start to the night. He also came in the night 2 points behind Harley Barletta in the points battle. Now the top 3 are staying out, but Brandon Springer, Jody Ogden, Jeff Hinkle, Jared Heasley all on pit road. AJ Godsey, David Garman, Greg McDaniel, and Jason Rome also on pit road. Let's see if I can get a word with Harley. Hey Harley, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, well, first off, I'm not going to interview Scott, but how mad is he right now?
He doesn't sound too mad.
Oh, okay. That looked like a rough one, but him and Parker have been battling side by side pretty hard. So now I have to ask, I asked this a couple weeks ago, and you were happy with your call. Are you happy with the call to stay out right now?
I don't know. Can you tell me how many people pitted behind me? Because it looked like a lot.
Yes, pretty much everybody from 5th on back.
Well, let's hope that our older tires will slow everybody up and there will be another caution.
You are going to have, no, Matt Bear, Mark, you, Jeremy, Mark, and Matt are the only 4 that did not pit. Everybody from 5th place on back, all on fresh tires, and a couple of guys really starting to pick up some speed here.
Oh, there they go. There they go. They're doing it.
Is this?
They're going to start at the tail end now.
Yeah. Do you feel like the loneliest man in the world right now?
Yeah, pretty much. But we're going to be okay. Again, I'm going to hope there's going to be a quick caution here.
Well, based on last night's truck race, there could very well be, and hopefully it is to your benefit, buddy.
Well, let's hope so.
Good luck, man.
Thanks, man.
All right, Harley Barletta out there on old tires. And Matt Bear also on old tires. Hey, Matt, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, brother? I got you.
Hey, how you feeling about staying out right now?
That's what we were just talking about. It's either going to be good or bad. I don't know. I'm just hoping I'm not going to get ran over right here. I've got a feeling there's going to be another caution. I just hope that I'm not it.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of that last night, but hopefully that does not happen. Hopefully you can hold on to it with the tires and stay up there and battle with Harley a little.
Yeah, we're going to see what we can do. I know Jody's quick and Jeff's pretty quick too, so we'll see what we get right here going to green next time by.
Yep, definitely so. All right, man. Well, don't forget, in worst case scenario, oops, bubble.
Oops, bubble.
Good luck, man. All right, Matt Bear and Harley Barletta are the 2 loneliest guys on track right now. A couple of drivers, all the drivers behind him have come to pit road. A couple of them waited till the last possible minute, like Jeremy Root and a couple others. I think Mark Dantuma as well. So those guys, they are starting back in 11th and 13th. Everybody from 3rd place to 13th is on fresh tires. The top 2, old tires. And not just recently old, they are 23 lap old tires. So things are about to get very dicey for a couple of drivers here. Now the question becomes, how many positions will the top 2 lose before they stabilize, before the tires stabilize? And with so few laps left, what could happen here? This was about when it got crazy in the trucks last night. Hopefully it's a little bit better this time. Harley Barletta controlling the restart. Matt tries to the outside line really checks up. Harley's down and away, but the outside line lost a ton of ground. Matt looked like he thought Harley was going and then had to check up to make sure, and everybody behind him gets checked up as well. Jody Ogden clears everybody. He's in 2nd. It's 3 wide for 3rd. And here comes Garmy up the middle. Garmin pushing it. He is going for third place here, and you know, he wasn't confident at the start, but man, and here comes Jeremy Root, who restarted in 13th. He is already up to 6th place and just slide. Look at that. 3 wide between Hinkle and Bear. Off of turn 2, he has now got up to 6th place. Brandon Springer just ahead in 5th. Hinkle's not giving up that easy, and Matt Bear drifting way, way back. Harley Barletta still maintaining the lead. Now Jody Ogden has slipped by for the lead. Harley Barletta holding on to second, but here comes Garmin in third. Brandon Springer in fourth. Jeremy Root now up to 5th. Harley Barletta can't hold him off. Here comes Garmin on the bottom. Springer's going to follow him through. Oh! Harley gets a little bit of the wall. And the guy who's dominated the whole race, 20 laps to go, he's back up into 4th place and making his way forward, trying to find a way around Brandon Springer. But with this many laps left, don't count out the car in 5th place or 6th place. Jeff Hinkle in 6th is making his way forward now. Now he's up to 5th as Harley Barletta really starting to drift back. Him and Greg Daniels briefly touch. And the 0-1 of Jeremy Root continues his march forward, now to 3rd. And closing in on Garmin, but Garmin is closing in on Jody. Jody Ogden trying to keep that car out front, but the 2 cars right directly behind him have been the fastest throughout the race. And Jeremy Root is even faster than Garmin, which is saying something. Jody goes high in 3. He knows he can't hold him off, and it's going to be David Garmin. After several weeks away, David Garmin taking the lead again. Jeremy Root on the bottom. I think Jeremy Root's in for a surprise when he gets to Garmin's back bumper. This could get interesting. 16 laps to go. Garmin is not going to give an inch. Jody Ogden now back to 3rd. Jeremy Root trying to find a way around Garmin. Garmin dropping down low. 15 to go. Brandon Springer in 4th. Jeff Hinkle now in 5th. Heasley is up to 6th. He's having a comeback run. Greg McDaniel now back up to 7th place. Biggest mover of the night, Jason Rome in 8th. Harley Barletta on old tires drifted back to 9th. Mark Dantuma in 10th. Matthew Bear 11th. AJ Godsey in 12th, but this battle for the lead really heating up. Jody probably has the best seat in the house right now, right behind this, watching these two try and settle this one. Can Garmin hold him off? Or will Jeremy Root finally get another win? Finally break the bad luck streak he's had? Oh my goodness. Root is really sending it off turn 4, getting a little bit loose. Lap cars should not be a factor. Garmin looks like he's trying to break the draft just a little bit down the back straightaway. Anything to give himself an advantage. Off of turn 4, Garmin. Jeremy Root continues dropping all the way to the apron, trying to cut as much track and as much speed as he can. Off into turn 3 one more time. Jody Ogden in third. He is not actually really losing much ground. Brandon Springer right behind him, not able to close up very much. And Jeff Hinkle in the 23 just ran he was the fastest on that last lap by quite a bit. With 11 laps to go, coming to 10 to go, could Jeff Hinkle come back into play here? Jeremy Root really high off turn 4. I couldn't tell if he got the wall or not. He was awfully close. And I think he did. He's lost some momentum. And Garmin now way out front. Jeremy Root, though, still within drafting distance. He's still got the 2 of Jody Ogden right there with him. Brandon Springer losing a little bit of touch, and here comes Hinkle. And Jared Heasley in the mix as well in 6th. But the 06 currently leading the field down the back straightaway, and it looks Jody Ogden, Jody gets a really bad wiggle there in 3 and 4. Manages to hold on to it. Looks like he might have got into the corner a little too hot. The car just tried to break loose. He is trying to go for second. This is exactly what... Oh, Jody gets into the back, and they managed to save it. Great save by Jeremy Root. And Jody not lifting. He is going for it here tonight. Jeremy Root up on the high side, not giving up yet though. Off of turn 4, almost gets the wall again, back down to the bottom. And will he return the favor if he gets back to Jody? Garmin is loving this. He is opening up a lead, almost a 1 second lead. Now 1 second over second place Jody Ogden. Jeremy Root now back into third. Brandon Springer and Jeff Hinkle now up to 4th. And here comes Jared Heasley for 5th. Hinkle is on the move. He has had the fastest lap for several laps in a row. And closing in on 3rd place, Jeremy Root. Right to the back bumper. You got to wonder if that little bump from Jody messed up Root's tires. He just doesn't seem to be able to hold the same speed. 5 laps to go for David Garmin. But Jody Ogden is closing the gap. Now half of a second. Garmin pulls away just a little bit on the straightaway. Jody really coming alive late in the race here. And the battle is on for 3rd now as Hinkle looking to the bottom. And Nicole Creasel down on the apron. Could that be a problem? No, it is not. Jody Ogden closing right back up to Garmin. 3 to go for David Garmin. Could be a fairy tale ending for Garmin tonight. Out after several weeks of being out of the rig. Hops back in it slow during practice. Was barely able to crack the top 10 in practice. But here he is late in the race at Nashville Superspeedway, and he is going for the win. He's going to get 2 to go this time by. Jody Ogden is not done with him yet, but he is starting to lose some ground. Jeremy Root now has his hands full with the 23 car of Jeff Hinkle. This is the battle for third place. Hinkle's going to look to the inside into turn 3. He's got the run. Root has been able to hold several people off up on the high side, but he's not there yet. Jeremy trying to get the side draft any advantage he can, but Jeff has the preferred line into 1. Root trying to pinch him down. And it doesn't even matter. Hinkle is going to clear it. David Garman, meanwhile, on his final lap. He is coming out of turn 4 to get his first win of the season. After several weeks out, Garman for the win. Jody Ogden is going to finish in second. Jeff Hinkle brings it home in third. Jared Heasley finishes 4th. Jeremy Root comes home. Looks like something happened to Root on the last lap because Jason Rome comes home 5th. Greg McDaniel is 6th. Jeremy is really blown up. Let's see what happened to Jeremy Root on this last lap. He was really trying everything he could to fight Hinkle back. Through 1 and 2, though, Hinkle just clears him off of turn 2. Here comes Jared Heasley up behind him as they head to 3 and 4. Heasley down on the bottom. Heasley had the nose and it looked like Jeremy just tried to come down. And Garmy for the win. All right, let's start with talking to third place, Jeff Hinkle. Hey, Jeff, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I sure do, Doug. How you
Hey,
doing?
without me on the track, apparently you run really, really well.
Not bad, not bad.
Well, you had one heck of a run and heck of a charge, and I have to ask, how many more laps did you need to catch Jody and Garmin, because you were just charging?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't even watching the relative because I was working on Jeremy there, and I don't know if I would have caught those guys or not.
Well, you definitely had the speed. I think you could have, but you still, regardless, man, one heck of a run, one heck of a comeback tonight.
All right, thanks, Doug.
All right, let's see if we can talk to Jody. Hey, Jody, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, well, yeah, great run, and what a battle there at the end.
It was a lot of fun with Dave there. I thought I was going to be able to catch him, but then I was racing a couple other cars and racing pretty hard myself, and the tires started going away, and I just didn't have enough to catch him.
Yeah, it looked like you just, with 2 to go, you just suddenly fell off right when you got to his back bumper.
I did, yes, and it's funny how the tires fell off, but when they did, man, they just fell off hard.
Well, regardless, a second place finish, a great points night, another great run. Congratulations, man.
You bet. I'm not going to complain, that's for sure. I was just expecting to maybe survive, but yep, I'll take that for sure. So, but thanks, Doug. I appreciate it.
All right, and let's see if we can get a hold of our winner. Garmy is back.
Man, that felt good.
I bet it did, man. I have to ask, your first, in practice, you were barely in the top 10. Your qualifying put you way back, and then that first run, it looked like you just had nothing for him. Then after you get behind Jeremy for that second run, you just suddenly came alive.
Man, I mean, you talk about qualifying like I tried, man. I ran a 42nd lap qualifying time, so I was determined to start in the back all season like I said I would. So this time it paid off. Man, it took me 120 laps to figure out how to run this place. Like I said earlier, I've been out of the rig for 2 weeks, so I'm just getting back into it, getting used to everything again. And Yeah, those first, 40, 50 laps, I was just kind of cruising, trying to gain people. Had a couple hiccups here and there with some other people. No harm, no fault there. It was just racing and stuff like that. And then went through the first set of pit stops, and I ended up behind Jeremy. And he was already like 4 or 5 seconds ahead. And I was like, well, if I can at least stay with him, I was like, I could stay on the lead or get the lucky dog because I was a lap down behind him. Figured I'd get the lucky dog and just learn from him. So I sat behind him and just watched and learned for another 30, 40, 50 laps. Caution came out, got the lucky dog. It was able to go back up. And then something happened up in front of me on the second to last caution. There was no way I was going to make it. I was so far back. But then that last caution came out. And everything worked in my favor on that last caution. No offense to Jeff Hinkle and stuff. I know he's a good racer and he tried really hard, but he got loose in front of me, and I think that's kind of stacked up a bunch of different people around us. So I was able to sneak through in the middle, and yeah. And then towards the end of the race, it was just holding Jeremy off, which seemed to work. Just trying to be fast, but save my tires because I knew it was going to be a 20, 25 lap, shootout to the end. And then saw that Jeremy slapped the wall a couple times or something, and then Jody was behind me, and he started gaining on me, and I was like, crap, now I got to change my line again and try and see if I can get around away from him. So, yeah, and then there's just last 3 or 4 laps, so I was like, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. And then, came away with the victory. So it was a good race. Good job by everybody. I thought it went really well overall. So
I have to say, Jody did make the comment that, man, he was gaining on you, but with about 2 to go, his tires just fell off. It was obvious Jeremy burnt his stuff up trying to get back to you, and then Jody did the exact same thing. You just held him off, and, man, it was a heck of a run. Glad to see you back out there and back up on top, buddy.
Yeah, it was fun. The tires were weird. It would go into like waves. It seemed like a couple laps it would be like super tight, and then like 4 or 5 after that, you wouldn't be fast, but you could be real consistent. And I think that's where I hit those last couple laps and started to pull away from Jody, was where I was able to just get real consistent with the tires. So, but good job to Jody for second place. And he was kind of threw me off when he went to the outside there. I wasn't ready for it. I was prepared to battle, and he just like sneaked all the way up to the top. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm going then. So, good job to all the racers. Thanks for broadcasting this race, and man, glad to be back now.
Man, it's awesome to have you. Congratulations, man. Go celebrate, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna go see what I can do with some UMPs.
All right, man. Good luck.
See you, bud.
All right, Garmy is back and back on top. Congratulations goes to David Garman for the win here at Nashville. Now, don't forget, here in just a few moments, we will have the Fast and Fun ARCA Series live from Chicagoland Speedway. I just went blank there, but yeah, it's Chicagoland Speedway tonight, so don't go anywhere.